You're listening to The Next 15, a 15-minute podcast show for the binge listener covering random topics such as relationships, current news, and everyday life issues. My name is Trey North, and for the next 15 minutes, I hope to make you laugh, educate, and inspire you. Welcome to the Next 15 podcast show with Trey North on this Saturday evening, and this is my co-host Marie North, and we're in our very first live episode. Live and in color, as they say. But you can't see us, so you don't know if we're colored or not.
But we are. Colored people.
Anyway, so what's up, babe?
Oh, nothing. Just chilling, taking it easy today.
Taking it easy on this Saturday. I know we have a lot going on during the week, don't we?
Yep. Some weeks we have more than some other weeks, but this week was an okay week. Yeah,
maintaining regular work schedule, kids, gym, podcast show. So listen, everybody, thank you so much for joining in tonight. This is our first live show for those just tuning in, and it's called Randomish because we just got some random topics. You know, the last 3 episodes that we had, we talked about fitness, part 1 and part 2, and then the last one we did last week was on
travel tips.
That's right, travel tips and how to travel for less, and some other good stuff that you might want to go to www.spreaker.com and search Next 15 podcast show, or you can follow us right here on Facebook at Next 15 podcast show. So it's random night.
Random-ish.
What can we talk about? Oh, I know. The first thing that comes to mind is this. It's really not anything major or big, but it's this Facebook 10-year challenge where you show your photo from 10 years ago, and then now. And a lot of my classmates, and they look good. By the way, classmates, if y'all listening, y'all look wonderful. But I'm not gonna lie, I've seen a few, not you guys, classmates, but I've seen a couple of friends on their post their photo 10 years later and now, and I'm like, you're lying, you don't look like that.
It's more like 5 years, you know, maybe, or
it might be 10 years, but you're looking like 30. But I mean, I'm not trying to cap on you, but I am in such a, I am. But anyway, I thought that's funny. But for the most part, everybody on my friend's side, I don't know if you see anything, they look good.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't seen just a whole bunch of them on Facebook for me. Normally when I'm on Facebook, I just scroll through for a little bit and then I'm tired of it, so I put it up.
Yeah, just scrolling down.
Like a lot of my classmates, they haven't really posted. Old classmates haven't really posted any. I seen a couple of church people, but I mean, pretty much they look pretty good, I think.
Your classmates are from what school?
What you mean, what school?
What classmates? From
John Tyler?
In where?
In Tyler?
In Tyler, Texas.
John Tyler.
See, my classmates are from St. Augustine, Texas.
St. Augustine.
Yeah.
What year is that?
Why you want to go there?
I'm just asking.
1990.
1990. Woo!
Class of 1990. And what's your class?
Class of 1998. So I was like, what, 10? When you were graduating?
I didn't know you then. So yeah, I guess so. Are you trying to say I'm that old, huh?
You know me now.
Yeah, I know you now. But I'm not like that other guy.
What other guy?
I'm not going to talk about that other guy.
Random-ish.
Well, I guess I could, but I will not talk about that other guy that likes the little young ones.
No, that's no. We're not gonna even talk about him.
Switch it up. If you're listening, if you're on Spreaker, you can actually chat with us live right now. If you want to, Facebook Live, I think you can chat right here on Spreaker, or you can do it on the Facebook Live, and we can maybe give you a shout out or whatnot.
Say hello to us.
Yeah, say something.
I would say ask us a question, but I'm not gonna do that.
No, I ain't trying. I'm not trying, because I might have some off the wall questions, and I ain't trying to really get into that.
And then you'll hear crickets.
Crickets. No, but listen. Oh my God, what we got going on? Oh, guys, we're running our very first 5K.
We'll see if I run. Walk. Hopefully I'm running the whole thing.
Wow, she just flipped the script live on me, because I thought we were training to run.
I'm training to run, but hopefully I'm just saying I'll make it with full-fledged running.
You acting like Kawhi Leonard or LeBron James not playing.
I don't even know who Kawhi Leonard is.
Yes, you do. The basketball. Anyway, that's just... All right.
My goal is to run the full 3, but if I don't make running the full 3, I'm not going to be mad.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. Well, it's going to be in spring. It's going to be in March, actually. It's the Fresh 15 in Tyler, Texas. It's pretty big, because when I checked last year's run, it was over 2,000 people in different age categories. So I'm running in my little age group. I'm really not trying to time first. Because this is my first 5K. I run 3 miles all the time, but for as competition, I just really want to get finished with it, just so I can say this is my first one under my belt. You know what I mean?
And I run 1.5.
You might be running and walking
maybe
in
2 if I really try, but we'll see.
Yeah. But let's see. Random. That was very random. You got anything random?
Random-ish. Let me think. Well, I think about, we go to the movies a lot.
We do.
A lot. I mean, we don't go as much as we used to because we're Movie Pass, but we're not going to get into Movie Pass and how they did their pricing. So we're just going to skip over that. I don't know if you guys know about Movie Pass, but
go look it up. It was fun when it lasted. I think it's still going on. But
yeah,
anyway.
It was still good. It was good.
Yeah.
But
it's still pretty good, though. I mean, yeah, all right.
Yeah, teach his own. But anyways, I remember this time we went to the movies and Trevor ended up sitting next to this lady. I can't remember if it was a space in front of him, beside him. I think it was, but I was like, really, lady? Because he was like, Marie, look over here. So
booger picker.
The booger picker. Oh my God. I wish we could have recorded her. Wow. Oh my God, I've never seen anything like it before. This is a grown woman getting it. I mean, getting it for real for like
the whole movie.
A long time.
At least half of the movie.
Man.
Yeah, I'm watching the movie, and it was a she. She was a seat down from me, so it was a empty seat. Anyway, we were watching the movies, and I just happened to look over. You know how like when somebody cough or something, you might just look over. And there she was with the finger, and I'm thinking, okay, I'll give you one little, your nose might be itching a little bit. How you just scrape the corner of your nose,
or
you might
do it on the slide.
Yeah, I think she had a cold or something, so she was like, rubbing her nose
that was
or whatever. But so check it out. So she didn't stop, y'all. I'm like, okay, I look for a minute and I'm like, okay, it's rude. She's picking her nose. I'm not gonna look. I'm just gonna focus on the movie. So a couple of minutes went by, and I just happened to look over there. Really, I would have wanted to see if she's still doing it, but I'm just saying. And then she was getting it. She was still going. And so at this point, I'm like, wow. And then she went so far. It's just, it wasn't a pick. It was literally
getting it.
Yeah, a dig. Like I can't get this out. And I'm gonna work on it until I do. So I tap you, and of course you look over.
I couldn't even look at him because I didn't want to bust out laughing. But not only was she picking it, she was putting her finger in her mouth.
Oh my God!
I'm like, lady, are you serious? You are a grown woman. That makes no sense. That's like gross, nasty.
Yeah, it really is. And then
men beware of the booger picker girl.
No, this is, it's crazy because it didn't stop. I mean, literally, I know this is not exaggerated. This was 30 minutes going on and off booger picking.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
Picking boogers. Like Biz Markie had a song called Picking Boogers. Go look it up. It's probably somewhere on YouTube or whatever. But yeah, that's crazy. And then, you know, what's crazy is you never know. Like, okay, if nobody saw her, right? Mm-hmm. She bumped into her friends.
Yeah.
And hey, girl. And she's hugging or shaking hands.
Yeah, I was going to say that. I was going to be like, the moral of this story is you better be aware of who hands you shaking. Because you never
True.
know what they're doing with their hands.
True. You don't know where their hands mean. And that's funny because I have to go back to the gym. I know we talk about fitness, but man, I go in the gym and I in the restroom and I see guys using the restroom and walk right out of there. And I'm not the only one. They walk right out of there without washing their hands. I mean, like, and then you're touching the equipment and stuff like that. And it's like, no, this is how people get germs. I don't see how people in bars dip their hands in those containers with peanuts and all of that. No, that's not happening with me.
Yeah.
No.
You better do pump fist or hit elbows or something when you're greeting each other.
Yeah, I actually know some people that they don't shake hands.
Yeah, my papa was one of them.
Was he like that?
Yeah, he always used to hit you in the elbow or something like that.
Yeah,
but I never seen him shake hands.
No, I'm telling you, it was so gross. But that was random, and I wouldn't have thought of that.
Yeah. What about the time we heard the cussing kid?
In the movies?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Cussing kid, that's the title.
Cussing kid. He had to be like
Spreaker.
4 or 5 and his mouth was filthy.
It was filthy.
And it was loud.
And it was in a movie that was really not suitable for kids.
What was it? It was
dang, what was
I know
that
what
movie?
movie. It was The Purge, the last Purge.
The Purge with all the killing and all this. Yeah, oh my
Yes.
god. That movie was violent. For a 5-year-old, it was pretty violent.
Yes.
And he was up in there just having the best time of his life.
And the mom didn't care.
And cussing.
Whatsoever. And
cussing out loud.
Yeah.
He was disturbing the whole theater.
yeah, the theater kept turning around looking.
You know, you get that look, you turn around, you're like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Who is this kid? I mean, he's just cussing, and his mom it wasn't his dad, it was another lady next to him. And
it's probably his sister.
Yeah, it was like nothing even happened.
Yeah.
I mean, it was like it was normal, the norm. And I was at the point where I called the manager. I talked to the manager and I was like, hey, first of all, this kid is in here. I know they pay for a ticket or whatever and he's with an adult and all that, but this kid is belligerent in here, cussing, talking, and doing whatever he wants, and he's disturbing. Nobody's standing up and saying anything. You know how I get. I'll let it go so far, and then I get antsy, and I gotta say something. And so I'm like, ma'am, I think I even went to her.
We didn't go to her, but you said something to ma'am. He was polite with it, but he did say something I can't remember.
And that was.
And
she
didn't go for that.
Yeah, I think we end up getting free movie passes because when we talked to the manager, it was really nothing that he could do, but you know, he basically comped us 2 movie passes for our troubles. That was I'm gonna plug that. That's the Studio Movie Grill here in Tyler, Texas, where we love to go watch movies and eat food. But yeah, that was great.
Some
the booger picker. Yeah, that's randomish. The booger picker and the cussing kid.
Cussing kid.
That's another topic. Maybe next show we can talk about cussing kids, or you know, I'm not gonna start that. That's another show. But this is random though. I mean, well, we got time. I mean, how do you feel about that? I mean,
cussing kids.
Yeah, that has to happen in the home. That's something that's tolerated. It has to be.
Yeah, I mean, if it's done like, of course, yeah, because if it's done like that in public and there's no reprimand,
or reprimanded, or recourse.
If the kid doesn't get in trouble for it, then it must be okay with the parents. Otherwise, you know, you would be like, okay, come here, you know, let me holler at you.
Yeah,
you know.
I mean, well, he felt comfortable enough to do that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, no, she told me. I remember she said he can do whatever he wants to do. And I was like, lady, he is disturbing everybody in here. And she was like, well, you can't tell me what to do. My kid can do whatever he wants to. Now, she said that in front of him.
Yeah.
So what type of example are you know, I can imagine her hands got to be full.
I feel sorry for the teachers because
Ooh,
at his school,
man.
I mean, who, you know, not that we're trying to judge, but I've been a substitute. I sat up last semester, and some of the stuff that those teachers have to put up with, and you can't do anything about certain things. You have to sit there and take it. I mean, I can only imagine how frustrating that is to deal with kids like that, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how you do it, substitute.
Because, like, I substituted one time. Ooh, I had a little girl. Oh my goodness. I'm not going to go into details about it, but I did have a little girl that kind of got out of hand. And let's just say I wanted to lay hands. I don't know how far I can go.
What do you mean? You're not using names.
Yeah, I mean,
the listeners want to hear this. You say you want to lay hands. I've never heard you say you want to lay hands on anybody.
Yeah, lay hands
other than
on
when
her.
When we're in church and you're praying for somebody.
Yeah, I wanted to lay hands on her because she laid hands on me.
Oh!
And let's just keep it at that. And she was only 5.
5 years old?
Yes, only 5.
You got beat up by a 5-year-old?
I didn't get beat up. But
you over here manhandling me at home?
You can't do anything about it. That's somebody else's kid.
That's somebody else. Yeah.
You know, you can only call for somebody to come get the kid. But you can't. Yeah. You know, as much as you want to have a reflex.
Yeah, reflex.
You can't.
That's a good word for it, reflex.
Yeah, reflex. But you can't.
Yeah, you know what? It's true because you can't, how can I say this? Back in the day, and this even back in further before my day, my mom used to tell me back in the day, it was a time when anybody could say something to your kids. You know, they say it takes a village to raise a kid, but you could say something to somebody's kid and it wouldn't be a problem. Mm-hmm. You can't do that now.
No.
I mean, parents will go off. It doesn't matter if their child was in the wrong or not. They will go off on you in a minute, in a heartbeat, and won't think nothing about it.
Yeah.
You know, it's crazy the time and age that we're living in now. It's so I'm not saying that, you know, in my age there was no disrespect, but it's blatant. I mean, kids will tell you straight up, you gotta do this for me, you gotta do that for me, and I'm thinking, you know, you gotta provide for me or whatever. I'm like, yeah, but I gotta provide food and clothes for you, but I don't have to, you know, provide that PlayStation. I don't have to provide steaks and shrimps, you know, the luxuries that you have. I'll give you these hot dogs and still call it a meal. You know, that's just me. I'm old school. I'm 46, so it is what it is. But you can't put your hands. I mean, and then nowadays, I mean, it's just. You just can't. I mean, so I don't see how you do it. I really don't. When a kid like that, a 5-year-old, I mean, putting their hands on somebody. Like, yeah. I was 5. I'd be too scared to go that route.
I wouldn't even think about that. I mean, but it goes into what's going on at home.
Yeah.
You know. Yes, you'd be upset for a minute, but then you think about, well, what's going on in the home? What type of environment is she coming from?
True.
You know,
True.
So
you don't know.
Yeah, so you kind of in a way feel sorry for the kids because you never know, that might be happening to her, not in a good way. You know, or the kids go through a lot because nowadays the parents are younger than what they used to be.
That's true.
And so
babies having babies.
Yeah, so it's a lot that goes with it. So you really have to just have a heart for certain schools.
Yeah, that's not one of my passions, having a heart to teach. I mean, it's hard enough, you know, in the line of work that we do dealing with grown folk, you know, and I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but, you know, some people are people. As Pastor says, you know, people do people things, you know, and so it would be to me harder with children, you know, because of the fact that you have to, like you said, govern yourself, and you really can't get with them. You can't flash on them, you know, especially in that type of setting, in that work environment. You can't do that to a kid, and nor would you want to do that at home. But I mean, it's a little bit different when it's yours at home, because, you know, you can say what you can say what you want to. You don't really want to say what you want to at times, but that's a whole nother issue.
Because you have to remember their kids.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, and that's true. They're kids, like you said, the environment that you don't know their circumstance where they're living at and what conditions that they're living in to cause that. Because a lot of kids are doing that for attention, or it's a cry
for help.
For help, yeah,
you know?
Yeah. Did we just go sad on random one-on-one?
That's not sad.
No, it is sad though.
It's sad, but I'm saying we didn't go sad, but it's a true real thing that happens.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. But yeah, we went from funny.
Yeah, we went from laughing to a serious topic. Well, that's what it's all about. It's randomish when it's live, you know. What else? Well, let's see. I'm gonna take this time to plug in some stuff at my local church, Family of Faith Christian Church, the most exciting church in the East Texas area. That's what the announcer says on there, anyway. And it is. What we got going on at the church, babe? We got coming up. We have
February the 1st through the 14th. 14 Days of Love.
14 Days of Love.
Yeah.
What is 14 Days of Love?
Basically, 14 Days of Love is, we like to do it every year where we do random acts of kindness and love, you know, toward not just your spouse, but toward anybody that you might come in contact with. It could be a stranger, you know, or you could buy a meal for someone. You can give someone a card or something like that. So it's just showing love toward all people.
Generosity.
Yep, generosity. Showing
this generosity for 14 days. We should be doing it 365, but we celebrate it in our church. It's February from February. February. That's one of the toughest words. 1st through the 14th. For the 4th through the 14th.
Say February.
February. What?
Nothing.
February.
Okay.
February. How you say?
No, just keep going.
You say it.
February.
You
just keep going.
Anyway, stop it. We celebrate that, and we try to do things for people that being nice. I know we've done when we're eating out fast food, we've done in the drive-thru, pay for the next person's meal that's behind us. We've done things like that, but it's celebrated in our church. And
why don't y'all join us?
Yeah, join us. We're located in Tyler, Texas, so if you're in the area, we're at 3299 Highway 271 here in Tyler, Texas. It's called Family of Faith Christian Church, with Doctors Gregory and Elizabeth Littlefield as the pastors, the senior pastors, and we are an out of the box church. So come as you are, and we start on time.
Come this Sunday, 10:45. We have a special guest.
Oh yeah, we do. We have who's coming? Pastor
C.R. McCowan.
C.R. McCowan. Do you remember his church?
I do. It's
oh God,
Triumph. I can't call it. It's in my phone, so I will have to look.
Okay.
But,
well, anyway,
it's in Tyler.
Yeah, he'll be. Yeah, it's here local in Tyler. He'll be there at 10:45 a.m. Bring a friend. Come by. Holler at me and Marie. You'll see us. You've seen us on our social media pages, so you'll know what we look like, and come celebrate with us. And then also we have coming up in March is our 25th year celebration. And you and I have the privilege of being able to put something together. So it's going to be March the 1st through the 3rd that we're going to be. We have a lineup, but we haven't solidified it, and we haven't contacted everybody, but it will be a great event. It's a 3-day event. It's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And I tell you, it's not going to be your typical service. It's going to be explosive. It's we don't even have a title for it yet. This is all still in the planning, but we would like to invite you. And then just on a Wednesday night, we have Bible study on Wednesday night at 7 p.m. So come and join us. Well, I guess we should just wrap it up, huh? Yeah. I mean, we appreciate. Thank you so much for everybody that's supporting me on this podcast. Thank you to my wife, who is like basically my co-host. I mean, you've been on the four episodes.
I'm a guest. Guest co-host.
Y'all, I'm trying to make her, guest co-host. But you're a great guest co-host. But yeah, thank you so much for your support, and share this podcast with your friends, your families, your coworkers. I mean, it's called The Next 15, and our live, of course, has gone over that. But I just wanted to just share, share me, share us, share we. We like to share. But you can follow me on Instagram at Next 15 Podcast. You can follow me on Facebook at Next 15 Podcast. And then I also have a YouTube channel that you can subscribe to called The Next 15 Podcast Show. And also, I'm on Spreaker.com, www.Spreaker.com. You can search Trey North, or you can search The Next 15 Podcast Show. And then finally, you can also email me at Next 15 Podcast. I almost forgot it. Next 15 Podcast at gmail.com. For feedback, questions, comments, show ideas. We'd love to hear from you. And yeah, that's it. Anything you want to say before we get off the air?
No, I'm good. It's been real.
It's been real. Thank you so much once again for listening to the Next 15 Podcast Show with Trey North and my beautiful guest co-host, Marie North.
Guest.
And we'll see you the next time on the 15.
Bye, guys.